That's the other thing. People are just looking around and realizing, hang on, this is a scam. We're getting poorer, we're getting less. And these people who are telling us what to do, they're getting, how come all the politicians are millionaires these days? That didn't happen
Yeah,
20 years ago.
millionaires, and
Millionaires.
you and I have done some deep studies. It even goes way beyond that. Like I've been looking past. I think I mentioned this to you before, meeting some politicians in Canada, and talking and seeing and studying bloodlines and histories and where these people come from now. Just looking back and realizing why I had that creepy feeling like I was talking to a lizard, because I probably was. But if the lion's always chasing you and you're looking behind, you're going, you're a cornered animal, right? You go, well, it's either, kill me or I better do something about it. So, I mean, even the weakest of fools will eventually figure out you got to do something, like no choice. So it's interesting that way.
Yeah,
See how things go.
Every animal at some point, like you said, if they're cornered, there comes a point where, well, what's my decision? Am I going to lay down and die? Or am I just going to fight and see how I go? That's literally, we're getting close to that point, and people are like, oh, okay, I better turn around and start fighting then.
Well, I'm getting people that I didn't know who they were or what they were doing. We did business for a long time with our print and our website. And, I just got off a great call with a fellow in Canada that is way more than I thought he was, because he's run a big multi-million-dollar business, and he's never paid taxes, right? Because I've had people tell me all these crazy things that, you have to pay taxes, you have to get this, you have to do that. And I'm going, I don't think you really do. I think you just run your life the way you need to. And if you come up with a challenge, you figure it out, and then you can move forward from there. And there's nobody hiding over your shoulder except that craziness maybe in your head, telling you got to do these things or not. And, I thought I was the only one that kind of had that feeling. And he says, 10 years, he's got an online business, he's doing business, internationally, he's done this. He goes, no, I just don't do it.
Well, at some point, especially if you're running the business and seeing the numbers, you're actually seeing how much goes out the other door. Because I was talking to someone the other day, and it's in Australia, we're taxed about 70 to 80% of our income. So literally, we go and work our lives away, and we get about 20 or 30% of that to actually live on. When you look at how the tax is structured, because everyone goes, oh no, it's just income tax. But every time you go and buy something, there's 10% tax on that, and it's just compounding. So that's the other thing. People are just looking around and realizing, hang on, this is a scam. We're getting poorer, we're getting less. And these people who are telling us what to do, they're getting, how come all the politicians are millionaires these days? That didn't happen.
Yeah, millionaires. And you and I have done some deep studies. It even goes way beyond that. Like I've been looking past, I think I mentioned this to you before, meeting some politicians in Canada, and, talking and seeing and studying bloodlines and histories and where these people come from now, just looking back and realizing why I had that creepy feeling like I was talking to a lizard, because I probably was, at the time. And it's I don't know. I think it's just come to a time where it's time to do things. It's time to stand up. And then on top of that, it's time to see who and how you are, and what you're doing, and why you are the way you are, to really go inside and explore yourself. More than anything, I think that's the biggest thing most people still run away from.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think this sort of, end of the cycle, start of the cycle 2020 thing, I think it's all about growing up. And literally, it's literally, the way I see it, it's like, we're all as one sort of populist community, whatever, we're going through this change, but we're like teenagers. Like the whole world is like teenager, give me what I want, give it to me now. I don't want to work, just give it to me. Ah, it's your fault. Ah. And what we're doing now is we have to mature. We have to turn into adults and take control of our own lives and take it off these people who just want to destroy it, destroy the creation.
it's yeah. But the hardest part I've noticed is having to. So I can only talk about myself, right? Is having to realize how you've been a slave your whole life. How you haven't done that. Having to look inside and seeing like I just sent out my latest e-blast is, why have I felt shame? It was a good quote. Why have I felt bad? Why did I wake up in the morning and have these horrible feelings? And then most people go, whatever, let's go to the bar, or, let's go to the football game, or it doesn't matter. I'm going to go chase ladies today instead, or whatever they were doing for their time, instead of going, why do I feel weird? What is going on? Why do I have this weird shaking feeling inside whenever I'm going to do, whatever, something brave or something different or something out of the box or something new for myself? Why am I so afraid of money? Why am I so afraid of, whatever, take your pick, and fill in the blanks. And then to kind of, look inside and, what is the path out is what a lot of people are avoiding, I think.
Well, because they're avoiding themselves. The path out is ourselves, isn't it? It's to go within and to really look at ourselves, and more than look at ourselves, we've got to be truthful. It's time to cut the crap, if you know what I mean. All this stuff of people wearing these masks and facades around, as they have been, pretending they're someone else, pretending they're their profession, or pretending they're their car or whatever, which has been going on so much. It's this whole, well, it might be broken inside, but hey, I can make the outside look pretty good.
Yeah.
And so they sort of get through, and everyone goes, oh, you look all right, but they're just slowly just crumbling. And
you look all right, you have a nice car, you have whatever, and it's like,
well, this is the thing, you can buy, you can meet someone who's got a Ferrari from the 1960s that is in perfect condition because they look after it. And you can meet someone with, a Porsche that's 5 years old and it's trashed because they don't care. And this is, everything external shows us what people are from the internal. So if you're going to go around destroying things, at the same time, you're destroying yourself. That's because that's your energy.
I remember, like, when I was a stockbroker for a while, and I had some extra money to be stupid with, there was this like square, like kind of 4th Street square block area, rich area in Toronto. I forget the name now. I haven't been there in a long time. And I would go there on a Saturday night, whatever, to spend too much money on stupid whatevers. And, you would see all these really expensive cars driving slowly in circles around this rich, these $200,000 cars and Ferraris and then this and Porsches. And I'm going, I remember looking and going, what's the fucking point? You spend all your money and all your time and you're buying these crazy cars, and all you're doing is driving 10 miles an hour in circles around a fancy rich area in the middle of a city. It's like wasting your time.
Yeah, it's just all about, look at me, look what I've got that you haven't. Ooh. And then they go home and they try and kid themselves that makes them a better person because they've got stuff. But I mean, in the end, what you said about, earning extra money and going into, a certain place to spend it. I mean, this is done everywhere as well. If you are a high income earner, they make the places for you where you can go and pay 10 times as much as everyone else for a drink and all this stuff. And you get the prestige with that. But that also sort of keeps you in that spot that you have to keep working, because you've got to keep spending this money, don't you? You've got to keep generating it to look good, to be in the right club, to be in the right pub, all this stuff.
It also feeds the lizard in your head.
Yeah.
I was lucky in many ways. It's like I used to go to lots of fancy restaurants, in my 20s when I was making this extra money. And I thought I loved it, right? I thought it was great to have the wine and the waiter and all the stuff, can I help you, sir? Can you taste this? All this stuff. And then, I stopped, did what I did for my own life, and went back maybe 5 years later thinking I was missing these restaurants. And I remember saving some money and going with a friend again, right? And I walked in and, can I help you? And can I do this? And just going, this feels weird. I don't need someone standing over my shoulder asking me if I'm all right every 5 minutes and asking me to taste the wine that I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about, or, getting a little plate of food, like you said, so mostly feeding, I think, that the monster in your head, right? It's like a self-perpetuating virus.